in the DMV area with Compass. And this week we're changing up our format a little bit. Let's welcome my co-host, Alison Scimeca of Compass as well.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you.
So this week, Alison and I, we went out and we found 3 new listings that we really love. And we're going to be showing them to you today and telling you the things that we like about these listings. So let's get started.
Sure.
So Alison, how was your week?
It's good. I mean, real estate wise, things have been changing a bit. It's been a little bit of a slower market than I've been used to for the rest of this year. How about you?
I will say it is slowing down a bit. We had a few, let's turn that off right there. Had a few home inspections this week, but there are a couple of things going on here.
It's okay. This is what happens when you have a live show. It's okay.
This is what happens. Yes, she just said it for me, took the words right out of my mouth. But yes, I think all realtors and a lot of our agent meetings, we're hearing a lot of agents say that things are slowing down a bit. Now, there are pockets that are still hot, and we have a home that we're going to be showing you today that is in one of those hot pockets. But as a whole, it has slowed down a bit.
Yeah, I think that from my perspective, there hasn't been as much urgency with buyers. So it's not that they're not out there. I think lots of people are looking to buy. Probably some of the people who are paying attention to this today are looking to buy. I'd be interested to hear their feedback to see if they are just not as pressed as they felt before, or really what would be motivating them or slowing them down. But I think time will tell. I think the next couple of weeks are going to be really interesting.
Awesome. Okay, well, I am so excited. We're going to start with our 3, and I'm going to have Alison share the one that spoke to her this week. There's one that really stood out, kind of fits. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm going to say it anyways. Alison does the website, The Rare, and they have a specific, maybe you can tell a little bit more, style that you kind of lean towards. And I think this listing is kind of in that area.
Sure. Well, I mean, I think my listings generally speak to my tastes, which the ones that I choose, because, that's what I like, right? I mean, I'm happy to find clients the stuff that they like, but if I'm going to curate some vibe, it's the stuff that I'm drawn to. So I'm drawn to unique, funky, different kinds of listings. So yeah, as soon as you want to put this one on, I can talk people through it and explain why I love it so much.
Okay. Let's see if we can get it larger. Okay, so we're going to get it larger and we're going to go in and out so you guys will see us sometimes, and then sometimes you're just going to see the listing. So let's get it up. And Alison, they can still hear us.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just start talking. So this address is 58 T Street Northwest. So you guys should see that scrolling in the bottom, but it's in Bloomingdale. And I'll just go on the record as saying I absolutely love Bloomingdale. It's my neighborhood where I live now. I just love everything about it. And it does have a more classic architecture. You have the classic row homes with the turrets, which I wouldn't say necessarily is my style, but you will find some unique features in various listings throughout, including this one. So this is a unit 4. So it's the top of a row home that's been converted. It was actually converted a couple of years ago. So this, I think, would be the second owner of this unit, whoever ends up purchasing it. But you can see in this lead photo here, the angled ceiling at the top of the stairs, which is where this unit technically kind of the main level starts. And the current owners are artists. And so, either they're artists or art collectors, right? That's what you would probably see or say when you saw this because of all the art that's there. But as we go through, this is one of the classic buildings that I was talking about. It's a walk up, so you're going up to the top. But for somebody like me, I don't mind that. I actually like that feature. It helps keep condo fees really low when you don't have an elevator, when you don't have a massive amount of space that a condo, fee needs to pay for. So it makes this an affordable option at just shy of $575. So if you go through and you keep looking, so like I said, everything was redone a couple of years ago. So it's just really pristine and beautiful. You've got your kitchen right in the middle, which for a 1-bedroom place, the layout is perfectly fine. And it obviously has to follow the floor and the roadmap of the building that already exists. I really love the glass partition on the right side of this photo here at the top of the stairs. Mm-hmm. Not that you really need the stairs below to be well lit because you're not spending any time there. But I just think that it adds a really chic, unique, and modern vibe to this place. So I saw that and I was like, oh, it's really cool. So we chose this photo because we wanted you guys to start to see this interesting front of the unit. So you've obviously got this massive skylight. Awesome. And then to the right of this photo, I think we have another photo, but I'll start talking about it now anyway. It is underneath the turret of the building. So it's this 365-degree, space when you stand under. Well, okay, I assume when you stand under, because I haven't had a chance to go to this listing yet, but that it kind of envelops you and there's a really cool just feeling. So I just thought this was like super cool for a 1-bedroom. I mean, I don't really gush about 1-bedrooms is the thing, because I don't think most people's like end all be all is to own and live in a 1-bedroom, but I think that this one's just stellar. So I would 100% live here. I think we have a couple more photos. Yeah. So this is from underneath that space I was just talking about, just looking totally down the whole condo. So the bedroom's in the back, which we'll get to in a minute. I can go on record as saying that there are 2 people who live in this unit now. And so it is totally made and curated to have 2 people fully living there. So the owners have done some really nice things with storage, which we'll again get to in a second. But the space is just incredible. You can see that turret space and that exposed brick in this photo, especially. I mean, what a stunning photo. When you see the sky from there, it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I was going to say, I love that photo. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I know I'm just like blabbering on about this, but then here you go. So this is really, that shows you how amazing that is. For me, I want something unique. The place I live in is unique. The next place that I buy, and actually the place that you and I will talk about later in this stream, is unique. That's what I need to have. And I think this is just great. So the bathroom, we wanted to throw in a photo because people ask, but thoughtful edits like adding in those nooks right there where you can put things. It's 775 square feet. So it's a fairly big 1-bedroom, but space is just so pivotal. And when you have, frankly, I think anything less than a single family home. And so just little things like that where you can store things are just so important. And then here's the bedroom. So honestly, I almost love this wall here as much as I like the front of the unit. And maybe it's also because I'm toying with putting some paneling in my own home right now. But I just think that is just such a cool way to add personality into a room without, it doesn't change. Like, I love wallpaper, for example, but wallpaper can completely change the feel of a room, and it often has to be the focal point. That is muted enough that you notice it and you like it, but it's not going to take away from anything else in that room.
And Alison, I love.
And look, and that photo of that door, the back door, you can see more of those Bloomingdale turrets. So that classic kind of skyline there, right off of your bedroom, which is also just amazing.
Right. Here, I'm going to bring in a few more of I think you have 3 more photos.
Yep. So I think the photo on the bottom here is being taken from where the closet is, which I don't know if I included a photo there, but it actually has a ton of custom closets that the current owners have put in, which is obviously helpful. And then out this back door here is the private outdoor area, which, there you go. There are all those turrets, blue sky, absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Speaking from somebody who has a very similar space in the current place I'm in now, a couple blocks away, I can tell you that the firework displays are phenomenal. Just having that place to go. And after a really hot summer day in DC, when it's finally cooled down, it's worth its weight, in gold. It's so incredible to have that there. So other quick additions that I found up from the listing agent, who's our colleague, Amy Weiss at Compass, let me know that just both the owners and the association have done a ton of investing in this building and the unit itself. So it's low condo fee, but they've put in a bike rack. They've invested in doing really nice groundskeeping. So, keeping the back area paved, and they're, and doing the repaving and making sure that it was done really well, et cetera. So It's always nice to know when you go into a building that the maintenance has been done and that people have been invested in making it the best that it can be. And it really truly feels like this listing covers those bases.
Yeah, I really love that one. So I'm not surprised that you picked that one. I had a feeling that you might
Well, I
lean
mean,
towards
you
that
can go
one.
ahead and tell everybody that you asked me if I had seen that one and I said, "Oh my god, that's my pick."
Right, exactly. um, so is there an open house? Just because it's nice to, just let people know if there's an open house going on.
I
Do you
should
know if
know
there's
that. I
one?
think there is an open house. I can probably check and then make sure that I say that before the end of
Okay.
our uh, podcast or it's our Facebook live show here.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll look it up and I'll let you know.
Okay. And then, hey guys, if you are watching this and you love this too, share with us. We would love to know if that you love this listing as well, or if you see some cool things that we may have missed and didn't point out, put them in the comments. We would love to hear your comments.
Yeah, and or ask us questions. We can look them up probably a lot faster than somebody else can. We've got this stuff at our fingertips.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're going to keep this moving. So there is, so the one that I picked. Let's get that one out. Let's take this one out.
Look at this. Wow. Karen, you might want to put the address for this one on, and I can talk about this room for a second because I just wanted to tell you that when I saw this listing, this photo took my breath away. I think it's super rare that you have fully enclosed sunrooms and porches of this size. And even though the windows are not necessarily the style that I would want in my home, they just go so spectacularly well with this home. And I think that's important about style is that something stylistically makes sense for the house that it's in. And this, this really just is wonderful, especially with these two skylights up top. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's really stunning, and again, yeah, it looks great. Yeah. Wow. Another fireplace. Sure. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it's spectacular. I so appreciate places that are not necessarily my aesthetic, but I can just see how they would work so well for other people, who have different wants and needs, right? I mean, the square footage alone, I probably made a face that was like, "Oh my god, I can't imagine having that much space." And I probably never will. But but it's a great space for sure. And I can't believe it took you that long to mention that there was a pool because, I mean, that sold me. Yeah, and we can tell everyone real quick that you and I both had picked this one unbeknownst to the other, and then sent it to each other, and we're like, "Well, clearly this has to be the pick this week." So, yep, perfect. It's okay. So on first look, you're like, "Okay, lots of trees, but we're gonna show you the inside of this house, and you're gonna be wowed." Yeah, I think well, you heard it straight from Patrick's mouth, so you might be best to be telling this, but I thought it was really, really interesting. Sure. Nice. Yep, and I this home was built in '65, I believe, so right in the midst of all the mid-century modern kind of building phase is when this one first went up. Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I can hear you. Yep. Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. It's it's my pick, inside of a house like that size. It's probably even bigger than that. That's gotta be probably 800,000 square feet, something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, just the primary suite. Yeah, something I can start pointing out while we're going through these wow, that's one of the bathrooms, yeah? Yep. Okay. Whoever. This is the office space. Yeah. That's a pretty amazing closet. Sure. Yep. Yeah. Something that I one of the reasons why I picked this house was because I've been particularly interested in the last couple of months really in homes that people can age well in, and this is a good home, because you have everything on one level. You have more levels, obviously, which we'll get to, but you could theoretically stay on one level for the bulk of your time living there. So, with this suite, I mean, there you go. You could just stay there the whole time. Yeah. There we go. 2 pools today. Yeah, I don't hear it referred to as much these days, but when I grew up, we had a family room and a living room, and our house was not big. And so one was more of a show, kind of a showcase room where it looked nicer and we weren't as children allowed to leave stuff out. And then the family room where it was a little bit more like let your hair down, watch the TV and stuff. So it seems that this is kind of segmented that way, but they are, they could be either, really. Yeah, to be honest, this is one of the reasons why this is my pick. I just as somebody who likes to cook and as somebody who hates my kitchen looking messy, it was so wonderful to think about having a supplemental area to put things. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, so the main reason why this was my choice is I love to entertain and have parties. And obviously having a pool and having grounds and having just a single family house in general where you don't have to worry about neighbors complaining or noise is wonderful. But I mean, you could see throwing some pretty epic parties here. Um, not just like 10, 20 people, but a couple hundred if you wanted to. Though I haven't really contemplated that since the pandemic, but it would be nice to do one again eventually. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Mhm. Lots of house, worth it. Worth the price point for this one, for sure. Oh, nice. Yeah, perfect. Yep. So, of course, if anybody has any questions, you can always reach out to us, or we can point you in the direction of open houses. I did look up and see that it doesn't seem that the one I picked has an open house this weekend. It went on the market, I believe, 6 days ago. So they probably had one last weekend, but doesn't mean you can't set up showings with somebody to go check one out. So Karen and I can obviously do that, or we could send you, in the direction of somebody who can help. But the other ones, I think, Karen, you said they have open houses this weekend. Yep. Yep. Okay. No, I think that's it for today. I'm excited to see how quickly these go under contract, and to keep an eye on the market and see what wonderful listings we have next week. Bye, everyone.